Hi, What the Thunder Said, Part 21. The awful daring of a moment's surrender. So it first made me think of He Who Dares Wins, which is the SAS motto. A moment is also a dot in a circle, like a second in time, which is also the symbol of Re or Ra, gold, a day, and the ego self. So it could be to do with like the surrender of the ego, like daring to surrender that. Also the word for gold, so I was thinking of like an oar on a boat. An oar surrender, or a horse surrender even. When I looked up the hieroglyph moment, it said it was something like shit, which is not shit, hippopotamus or leopard's head, which could link us back to the Hippo poem of Debbie. And the leopard does link with Dionysus, but I also found HMS Leopard, which nearly caused a war between the US and UK in 1807 when some sailors deserted for the Chesapeake. A moment's surrender as in the end of a war. I thought a moment's surrender as in a tender moment with a lover, and where awful then changed to full of awe. Then we have which an age of prudence can never retract. So prudence, I was thinking again of Prufrock and Prudentia, who is a goddess who is depicted with a snake in a mirror, who rides a wagon to heaven, associated with Empyrean fire, which I thought could also sound like empire. So an age of prudence is like an epoch, an age. And then I just found that there were several statues for her. King Louis XII statue in St. Denis, Paris, and also on the tomb of Pope Clement II at Bamberg Cathedral. Couldn't find anything particular that linked with that. By this and only this we've existed. So this is, from what I found, two rushes, n sound, which can also be the same sound for child or childhood, but also to be existed, like Nacheb, which is also a lotus. So it's like to be or not to be, which is not to be found in our obituaries. So I was thinking obit you Aries, the constellation, nut not to be found, and a homophone with witch and a witch on a broomstick or not. Obituary is also a tribute or an epitaph, so that links back to Sybil, the prophet. But the other meaning of tribute is money. So Matthew 22:19, show me the tribute money, and they brought unto him a penny, or a denarian, which was the equivalent of 10 asses. And I think at that point Matthew makes the idea about Caesar's image on the coin being like an earthly idol, not the same as a spiritual one. And then the third seal, the black horse, Revelation 6:5-6, the third seal presents a black horse whose rider holds a pair of scales, which is seen alongside Prudentia that can't remember her name. A voice declares the high cost of daily staples, a quart of wheat for a denarius. Cosy lives. I shall continue.